Hi folks, welcome to the channel and another exciting Truck King news update. Today we have a brand new desert-eating, high-performance off-road SUV to talk about. It comes from Ford. Meet the 2022 Bronco Raptor. Ford says it took its inspiration for this Bronco Raptor from the Ultra 4 racing series, and the Bronco Raptor will actually debut in person at the King of the Hammers event down there in California. Now let's dig into the specs on the Bronco Raptor, and we will start with what comes under the hood. Standard on this model, which by the way will only be offered as a four-door. Standard is a 3-liter V6 twin turbocharged that is going to make more than 400 horsepower. Ford has not given us the exact number just yet. That engine is hooked to a 10-speed automatic, and it has a true dual exhaust outlet. As you've already seen from the video and photos, this Bronco Raptor is bigger than the standard four-door Bronco. Ford says overall it is 9.8 inches wider. Now, if you want to talk about size, overall length here is 191 inches. Overall width is 85.7 inches, while overall height comes in at just about 77.8 inches. And if you're wondering about wheelbase, that is measured at 116.5 inches. And like I mentioned, that is the only wheelbase you can get on the Bronco Raptor. There will not be a short wheelbase model, at least not right now. Looking underneath this Bronco Raptor, a lot has changed. First of all, let me tell you, this is a fully boxed, high-strength steel frame with 7 cross members. Ford also says that they beefed up the upper body pillars to make sure this thing can handle the rigors of off-road racing. Now for suspension, there is a Dana 50 heavy-duty rear axle in the back end with a 470 ratio. Up front, you're talking about still independent suspension, also with the 470 ratio. And yes, there are electronic lockers in the front and the rear. Combine the 470 with a 3.06 low range, and the overall crawl ratio for Bronco Raptor is 67.7 to 1. Continuing with suspension, you're looking at 3.1-inch Fox internal bypass semi-active dampers. These use Fox's live valve technology to be able to change their damping force on the fly. Wheel travel has been increased, of course. We're talking about 13 inches in the front and 14 inches in the rear. Especially impressive when you consider that the Bronco Raptor comes with standard 37-inch diameter BF Goodrich KO2 all-terrain tires wrapped around 17-inch wheels. And now we've arrived at the numbers that I think are the most impressive, the off-road angles and clearance. Overall ground clearance here, 13.1 inches. Approach angle, 47.2 degrees. Departure angle, 40.5. And a breakover of 30.8 degrees. With those numbers, this Bronco Raptor is going to be a monster. All of Ford's off-road electronic helpers are here as well. You're talking about one-pedal drive for rock crawling. That means you only need to use the throttle. The second you lift off, the vehicle brakes for you. And then you also have trail turn assist, where the Bronco will brake the inside rear wheel and help you rotate. And then of course just trail control, which is essentially off-road cruise control. And besides that, the Bronco here also gets 7 different off-road driving modes. And now, for the first time, it also gets a tow haul mode, because the Bronco Raptor has the highest tow rating of any Bronco. With this rig, you can tow up to 4,500 pounds. Now we'll take a look inside. Base Bronco Raptor models are going to get Ford's black onyx marine grade vinyl seating with the rubberized washout flooring. It's basically a dark interior accented with some code orange splashes. Now you can also upgrade to other features such as black onyx neo suede seats, vinyl wrapped instrument cluster, a leather wrapped outer seat bolsters, carpet flooring, of course. There's a different steering wheel available. So there are a number of different unique things you can get for your interior. And make sure you know that Ford Performance designed those front seats and they are unique to the Bronco Raptor. For technology, Bronco Raptor comes standard with what Ford calls the high package. Now that includes things like Sync 4, a 12-inch touchscreen. There's also a 12-inch gauge cluster in front of the driver. Other technology includes a 360-degree camera and more. Buyers who want even more luxury can opt for the Luxe package. That's going to bring along a 10-speaker B&O audio system and adaptive cruise control. Now let's look at how the Bronco Raptor stacks up to this, the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392 with the Extreme Recon package. This is a Wrangler with 35-inch tires straight from the factory. Now it also offers a 6.4-liter Hemi V8, making 470 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. With Ford only saying that the Bronco will have 400 plus, we don't know quite yet which will make more power. Now let's look at the off-road numbers. So if you get a Jeep Wrangler Extreme Recon package, but not with the big V8, you're gonna get 47.4 degrees of approach. That's a tiny bit better than the Bronco. 40.4 degrees of departure, that's a tiny bit worse than the Bronco, and 26.7 degrees of breakover. The Bronco is actually significantly better in this area at 30.8 degrees. And then overall ground clearance, the Jeep gets 12.9 inches, Bronco Raptor gets 13.1 inches. Overall, these two vehicles are pretty similar, although I think Ford definitely prioritized the high-speed off-road aspect of the Bronco a little bit more, so it'll be really fun to get these two out on a trail and see how they compare. So when will you be able to get your hands on a Bronco Raptor? Well, Ford says that they're going to begin taking new orders in March of 2022. But they also went on to say that there's an existing block of Bronco Raptor reservation holders, and those will probably end up taking up most of the 2022 model run. So if you get a reservation in early, you still might be waiting until next year before you see your Bronco Raptor. Any of those reservation holders who are already sitting there waiting, well, those Bronco Raptors are going to start being delivered this summer 2022. So it sounds like it might be a tricky vehicle to get your hands on, but it also sounds like it will absolutely be worth the wait because yeah, with those numbers, those huge tires, all that power, this thing sounds like a monster. Really the only unfortunate news that I heard is that we're not getting a two-door and we're not getting a manual transmission Bronco Raptor. That would have been pretty cool, but hey, I'll reserve judgment. We won't say bad things because what Ford did do looks pretty incredible. So now please go below, let me know your thoughts on this Bronco Raptor. As always, while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member of the channel and to get all the latest news updates, and then come right back here to Truck King to see what we're testing next.